So I do apologize, I wasn't able to get the video for image edit up. It looks like it's only going to record this particular video. So what I'll go ahead and show you right now is how to change this, the reference of this picture to another one. So again, we right click on this, we go to file name, and this particular one's going to be called customer hobby. And instead of putting it in the expression, we're going to put a parameter value of Wattski. And that should load an image of a person waterboarding. There it goes. And that's how you change a dynamic picture. Another, another example I'd like to show you of spacing is that we're going to zoom in so we can see this a little more. And what we want to do is, for some reason we don't want this to be this long. We want it to shorten. So either the text is going to overflow or it's going to enter and it's going to either push the subsequent text down or it's going to overflow. So there's kind of one of three things that would happen here. Let's see what it does. So it looks like it did enter itself down and then it is overflowing, and as you can see it's not very legible. So what we're going to do to the line spacing is that we're going to have the system auto space it. And now it has an equal amount of white space in between. And that's a very powerful tool in that if you want to go back and you need to change anything, you want to remove a line item, you want to add a line item, it will dynamically place it on there and reformat everything afterwards. Instead of having to go in there, moving everything down, inserting something, this will do it automatically for you, which is a very, very powerful tool. So let's go ahead and set that back to normal, and you can see what it looks like once we take away that auto spacing. There we go. And then we can drag that out to normal, and it will show all that stuff. A little more. And as you can see, the manipulation of the text and the borders and the headers are all as easy as taking it, clicking it, dragging it, expanding it, so forth. The next thing we want to do is create a table. So we can zoom out. So right now we have, it's kind of one full table of checks. There's going to be 7 on the left-hand side and 7 on the right-hand side. Now the left-hand side is going to be an array of checks. It's going to be one set of checks. An array is just a compilation of anything that's similar. So this would be one array of checks, and the right-hand side would be another array of checks. And so the table that we're going to create is going to be pretty much identical to this one. And in order to create a table, we have to go up to here to this table icon, click and drag into this outline, because we want to create the table right after the table that's already created. Now the name, we can give it test table, and the repeat is going to be checks, and I'll explain that in a moment. So in this case, checks is going to be a variable, and we can check our variables by going to Window, Variables, and checking the variables and their value. So this checks is going to be 7, which is why I counted out 7 before. Here's 5, 6, 7. So it's going to repeat that many times. So now what we have to do is we have to add columns. And so as we can see, there's 2 columns. So we want to bring one column, drag, drop. We'll say, I believe it was 85 millimeters wide, and we'll call this column 1. We'll do it another time for column 2. And this is going to be a width of 85 also, 85 millimeters. Illegal, oh, whoops, no spaces allowed. So now we have column 1 and column 2. And now what we have to do is populate those columns with something. So we want to populate them with these array of checks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the first array, the left-hand array. we're going to copy this one and drag it into this one. And the way we do that is we hold down the control key on the keyboard, select it, drag, and drop. So you can see it populate this column with that one. Do the second array of checks with the second column. And we'll go down here, and it should show up after this right here. It might take a little while. Okay, so it successfully installed, or it successfully put in the table, but the width, as you can see, is a little long, and these checks are off to the side. And so how do we go about formatting that? And like I said before, every building block can be manipulated by just clicking it, dragging it, dropping it. So you don't have to play with any numbers. You pretty much don't have to do anything. There it goes. And we're going to stop right there for a moment. Hope you had a good time.